Yes. No, it might, I don't know, it might take 20 seconds or, because there's that. But, yes. All right. Cool. All right. So, first of all, let's, where's everybody? Where's the carts? They're coming. Hang on. Let's speed it up just a little bit. There's one. All right. So we're going to get in. Oops. And we'll do a front bumper because I really want to show this. Now, I still have work to do. This is still unfinished for decoration and such, but it's mostly there. But you'll notice now the swinging hammer does work with an explosion, and then to the right, you have a sign that tells you the 5 steps you're going to go through. So heat, shape, cool, all that, right? So this is the heat. 20 seconds ahead, sorry. But I've readjusted the water stuff to look like leaks coming from the water slides, which is fun. And then the sharpening thing, I put some lasers in there and some gold confetti, so it looks like it's actually flecking stuff off of the blade. And then when you come through the little corkscrew and hit the area for like blessing, I'm gonna put some more some more of those runic rocks, but I'm gonna attach them to like spinny movie piece things. But yeah, so I was able to, for this sign, which I'll get here in a second, I basically just put the words that you can now make. I put them on these moving things because I couldn't get them to come out and stay. It's either it's all constant motion kind of. But yeah, and you just attach those to a trigger. So whenever the trigger happens over here for the hammer, ah, anyway, um, yeah, so you get that, and then you'll get the sign, heat, shape, cool, sharpen, and bless. And I got this fixed because at one point I'd screwed this up and didn't realize it, and so I had to rebuild this. But we've got these spinning rings, kind of Stargate looking little things, which is pretty fun. But yeah, the I had a different thing set up for water, but it wasn't really like visually effective. So I came over here and I was like, I'm gonna put some water sprayer things just under these little pipes and just angle them so that the coaster, the cart hits it while it goes through. And I thought that was kind of neat, you know. Ah. Oh, the yeeter. Right, right. The thing is, nobody would get on those uh, because it's too scary. Right. It is nice though to see people are actually getting back here and using the lazy river, although they're not really using it in the way that you'd. Yeah, they just kind of stand around in groups, and so I don't know if. Yeah, like, does it need to be deeper? I don't think so. You know, but like nobody's hopping on their little floaties. You know, Yeah, like I can click on him. Like this dude, he's. Oh shit! I gotta put on my glasses. Let's see. Well, and it might be, right, right. Well, and like this pool, right, which it's set to closed because I just want people to land in it and get out, Otherwise, somebody's gonna get fucking feet to the head, right? But I mean, no big deal, right? Open or closed, that doesn't matter. But it always comes up as guests can't reach this swimming pool, right? But they can. They're walking all around it, and if I turn the pool to on, I still get that they can't reach it. It's definitely a pathing thing, and I don't know exactly what it is. No, because I mean, if you sit here and watch them, I mean, they'll climb out. I mean, it's shallow enough that they don't need a ladder. But yeah, it's just one of those things, and that fucking message won't go away. Hello, moody man. You. Mm, yeah, yeah. But oh, I know. Yeah. Now this one is just a pre-built. I just threw one down. I was having trouble where I was like, why is nobody was coming into my park? And I was like, do I not have enough rides? And that wasn't it. Uh, and Cliff, I may have talked to you about this before, but like sometimes you'll go to test a coaster and like the carts won't move, right? And I don't know if I've told you about this. And so you have to delete it and undo the delete, right? And so I found out, like, when I came over here, I was like, why is nobody coming and going, right? And you go deep enough in here, and they were all like this, as a matter of fact. But it was like 3,000 people or 6,000 or whatever the max thing is. Like for whatever reason, they get they get stuck in here. There's definitely, yeah. So, but like if I come down here and select these boats and then delete them, and you'll see all the people, right, that are standing there that are stuck. And then if I undo it, they'll start fucking coming out. Well, they'll all be right here in the gates, which is weird. And they're all gonna go back and go into the boats and then turn around and then come back, which is really strange. Again, it's a pathing, spawning, whatever error. But yeah, if your park starts running empty, you need to go and see. Like here, guests can't reach the park entrance and want to leave. Well, is it because there's fucking 3,000 people standing there? I mean, is that the reason they can't leave? Probably so. But like if you put it on triple speed, enough people will come and go finally, and that'll fix that. But again, I mean, I love the game, it's fun and all that, but there's just some things that you got to do workaround shit with. And like, I mean, this is my fault, the placement here. Like, this is all these people standing here want to go on this ride. And so they kind of make this little funny auto cue and they'll follow. Um, and then everybody else just kind of walks through them or walks around them. So, I mean, that's on me for placement, I suppose. But, you know, I could probably actually move it back. You probably should. But uh, either way, Yeah. Now I did have a big mountain over here, and I to the whatever this site is with a bunch of rides, and I took it all out. It was just the park was getting too large, and nobody was going over there. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I went ahead and took it all down. I was like, this the place is getting big, and it's distracting me from working on the forge, which I still need to do to finish it off with decoration. But um, like the sharpener, I need to make an actual building around the sharpener building, and I haven't quite figured out exactly how I want to do it yet. So like, there's no floor in there and all that. But I mean, when you go through here, you still get, you know, the visuals. It's dark enough. But yeah, like the gold confetti, I thought was a really neat idea. I threw some spark things down, but eh, they're kind of in a weird spot, and there's not a lot. I think there's only two spark things, and neither of them are like ongoing. It's just like a bzz, like a little pop. I'd kind of like to have like an ongoing, like from a grinding wheel, like a constant spray, you know. But oh right, yeah, no, and no, they're you can set them to trigger. Uh, let's see what else. Let's see if I can. No, of course not. Okay, go under. Damn it. There we go. So yeah, the activation seconds is just play every so many seconds. Yeah, loop or trigger. Um, I guess I could. I don't know. I mean, yeah, but that I mean that will be one of the things that I need to sort out whenever I get to actually getting this building built. I think I'm gonna build some like stone, like four stone corner pillars underneath of it, and give it a floor, and then from there give it walls to wall in this section. But I think I'm gonna go with a Viking look because I mean I've been sticking with that with everything else. Um, and then, like I said, over here, well, once you get caught up, um, in the area where you know the blessing stuff is, I'm gonna put more of these runic stones like this down on the ground, but connect them to some moving, you know, moving things to make them look like they're floating or whatever. You know, just give it some kind of more of a magical, spiritual visual. Because I mean, you come through here so quick. You know, I've thought about maybe putting a break in the ride right through here, but you know, I like the ride. I like it. You know, but yeah. So I mean, that's what I've got. You know, all of the little buildings are just pre-mades. I haven't made any. You know, well, I've made a couple, but they're not decorated. But um, over here in the swimming area, I did make this, which again it'll catch up in a second. But the place where they come and buy their little rafts and all the swimming stuff. I made this little building and the little post and put the rubber thingies there, so that's all part of it. So that's neat, even though they don't actually take it. It's still just a neat look, you know. But I think, Oh, yeah, like the information centers. Yeah, yeah. No, no. They have now these buildings. It's just guest services, right? But the stuff they sell, right, is like uh, sunscreen, umbrellas, the priority passes, the pool passes, things to basically protect you from the elements and to get into pool stuff. Um, and then you have the other, like the pool sales shop, which was this one I was just looking at, right, showing you this other one. And here's where they would get their water noodles and their inflatables and all that shit, you know. Um, nope. Correct. No hotels. No, no restaurants. Just yep, yep. Just I mean, the standard like fast food places are still there, but yeah, there's not like a restaurant facility like in Planet Coaster One. Yeah, right. I do too. I do too. Because I mean, why not? Like, I want to be able to, like, if I can, eventually make more places from the Ozarks, right? And like, I want to make the Merry Fish, right? It'd be the tavern, you know. Mm-hmm. Right. Yes. Exactly. Now you can still, um, operating just somewhere in here is no. I saw a thing about ads, and I can't. Oh, here it is. Under guests, you have to go to advertising, and then yeah, so like you can, you know, tell it to do whatever. But I mean, I'm playing on like nobody's unhappy, blah blah blah. Everything just works. You don't have to have power or water filters or any of that. I'm just building. Yeah, everything works. Um, but yeah, so um, I'm trying to figure out like where this pre-built ride is. I think I want to build a little mountain here and have it, have like a mines thing, and maybe twice as large as the ride itself as far as area, and then build it up, and then throw down some. I got to look through the animatronics. I don't know how many. Actually, let me look because I don't know if they have um, like people, like statues that what are they, well, animatronics. Um, right, and I don't think I want to do that. You know, um, yeah, and that's yeah. I mean, that's a bummer because that was another thing I loved to do with Planet Coaster One was you could have like if this area were a mine and you could build a little cliff, you could have like some TNT and stuff sitting around and have an explosion on a trigger and you'd see like a guy fly off the cliff or whatever. But then there would be guys with pickaxes and shovels just doing the work. And that's part of what's really bugging me right now is that I want to have that stuff in my designs and my scenery for the ride. You know, this is a neat this this coaster or this type of car. Let me get on it. And so the carts rotate. If you see, well, here in about 20 seconds you'll see. That's really fun, you know. Um, but again, uh, I basically will have static things for them to look at, you know, or again, you know, handmade things. And I don't want to hand make or try to hand make a person because it's just not going to work. It's not for me. But yeah, but well, I mean, I don't have minors, right? Like I don't have little figures I can put down, right? Because right, for the visuals of the ride, if you will. What am I doing here? But what we could do, right, is uh, you know, paint all this shit for a second. But yeah, I mean, it would be cool if like you could pull all this stuff up, and I could put little dudes down on the ground working away. You know, um, but I mean, oh, let's go bigger than that. Right. So, you know, whatever. You could just say, you know, here's some stuff, but you know, I mean, you could have like this little cliff here, right? And I could put like little, I don't even know. I haven't looked at boxes, of course. Uh, so that's the only explosion I have in the game, which I mean is fine, but again, it's the only one, and I've got no other props to put with it, right? And I'm hoping that that'll be something we'll see with DLC content. Because I mean, ultimately in Planet Coaster One, we had like you know piles of boxes that would you know would automate you know with an explosion and stuff like that. So I'm really hoping that we're going to see some stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I want to have the mines and I want to have a mine ride and maybe a track ride, like a slow track ride through the mines. And that could be more, you know, of these ruined rocks. And I think I can make crystals and things with shapes and colors. Uh, let's see. Shapes. Right. But, you know, like you could take something like, you know, this little triangle here, and actually, what's this? Okay, so another triangle, but blocked, right? So put that down, and right, so that, and then take that. You know, uh, and then I do. I mean, the selection tool is nice. It's handy. Um, but then, you know, oops. The thing with the colors too, when you change colors, you have to go in and tell it to confirm now, which is a pain. But you know, you could take something like this, color it, duplicate it, and then let's see here. Well, let's turn this off. But yeah, I mean, it comes down to just personal creativity. What you know, what do you think you can make? You know, so I've been watching a lot of Geekism, their channel. That dude is really creative. And he plays this game only to like decorate. I mean, he doesn't play it to make rides or any of that shit. He just makes stuff, you know. Um, but I mean, for as like basic as this is, though, this little thing, like I would imagine that you know, you make a few of these, and you know, uh, I don't know, something like that, you know, and just have a bunch of these, you know, and that's just for making a couple of shapes and just playing with it. But like if I really spent some time, I might be able to do something better. I definitely need to do some work on the hammer over there at the forge because it's basically just a big fucking rectangle right now. You know, I'd like it to look more like a hammerhead, but I don't know if I want to deal with that. Because there's a weird, I don't want to say weird, but when you want to, oops, let's get, okay, so when you want to use one of these rotating or moving pieces, right? So we'll put this one down. This is a rotating one, right? So I've had a hard time like getting that hammer to work was a pain in the ass. Like I pre-built it, put it in the hand and all that, and then like saved it as a blueprint, and I couldn't get it to attach to the thing forever. And so I had to build a second one off to the side. Oh my lord. But man, when the stuff does work, it's super cool. When you can, you know, get it to work right. So, um, I don't know. I mean, there's all kinds. I mean, anything that's in scenery, you can attach it to this, right? So, go to attach scenery, and like, I don't know. It's uh, oh well, you know what? Actually, this is a pour. This was my very first thing I made. Uh, for the first park I was working on to sit down in like a little ankle deep, like a play area, like a splash pad. Hey, Captain Rob. But yeah, so, I mean, you can attach all kinds of things to it. And in fact, I've seen some videos where, like that, let's get, oh, right, like one of these, and that should, oh, it didn't attach. See, right. So, you know, of course, you'd want to maybe attach something to that to hide the pole or put it inside or whatever. Maybe there's a circular wall, whatever, however you want to hide it. But let's say, from this, then you could add, uh, oh shit, where did it go? Water. Oh, oh, why is that? Well, either way. Oh man, yeah, right. Now, I now one thing I will say, Cliff, that I do enjoy is when you're moving things on their axes, you now have the ability to either switch. I think it's I think it's set to being relative to your item, right? But if you don't like this, you're like, I just want it to go straight down. You can switch your axes to be world related, and you'll get a true vertical. Like if you've already got it where you want. I do like that I can switch uh, the axes. Right. Oh. Hey, Alan, have you I don't remember if we talked about this. Are you watching Severance season 2? Dude, come on. Nice. I know, right? Yeah, the pacing was it felt good though. Like it didn't feel wrong. It was just like, holy shit, we're already at the end. Right. Oh man. Well, he's been directing for a while. It's just a lot of his stuff that has not been like AAA or big, big movie stuff. Uh, yeah. Right. But right, but that yeah, that was like, 15, 20 years ago now. Shit. Good lord. But yeah, so but his directing with this show has been great. And I had a thought, and I've not really looked into it, but I know with this season, he's saying that he's directed about half of the episodes. And in the first season, right, they were saying, I don't think they said he directed half of the episodes. They just said he directed half of the show, and they had somebody else that directed half of the show, right? Mm, nice. Oh yeah, I mean, you're gonna be hooked. You're gonna be hooked because you want to know, can this get any fucking crazier? Oh, yes, it can. Oh man. Uh, oh yeah, no, the Audi Scott. Yeah, he's just broken. You know, which right, right. Yeah, dude. I love the way they shot the opening sequence for the first episode of season two, where he shows up and he starts running through all the halls. But yeah, they did a little behind the scenes. They used a specific kind of camera that's on like an arm that will. They use a camera that's on some kind of like arm that you can pre-program uh, its movements, right? And um, that whole sequence, which I don't know, is probably a good 2 minutes, maybe of screen time. Do you think, Alan? That the whole running sequence at the very beginning. I mean, it's a very long section, and they said it and the way that the camera moves around him. I'm like, holy fuck! Like it's not a one shot that I understand, but they did say that it took them like 5 months to shoot that and put it together. Um, but a lot of it was practice though, because Adam Scott was like, I had to know exactly where that thing was going to be because if I misstepped and that fucking camera moved around, it could like take my leg off. Right. Mm, right. Parks and Rec for sure. You right? Mm-hmm. You're right. Right. No, no, just fuck it. You know. Oh, right. Right. Oh, have any of you? Speaking of, sorry, I don't want to lose my thought here. Have any of you guys seen the movie Lee uh, that came out recently? Um, with oh shit, what was her name? Kate Kate Winslet. Is that right? It's about this. It's about the lady. There's this real lady that worked for Vogue during World War II. She was like a supermodel in like the 20s and 30s, and then got into photography. And she went over to Europe and photographed a lot of shit throughout World War II. Um, and so like a lot of some of the crazy war shit photographs that you've seen were photos that she's taken. Um, it was an incredible story. Um, Andy Samberg was in that, and man, dude, he's got some drama chops like you wouldn't fucking believe. I I I was surprised. It's yeah, the movie's called Lee. If you want to look up the trailer, dude, it was phenomenal. Like this lady, right? Like I think the day or the day after they found out that like Hitler had killed himself or whatever, they were in Berlin and they were told to go somewhere to shoot something. Yeah, they go into Hitler's fucking apartment. Of course, it's full of like U.S. troops now and stuff, and they had just come from Dachau, and they still had like fucking dead people's ashes and shit all over their boots. And they go in there, and she calls Andy Samberg. She's like, "Hey, come in here with me." They go in the bathroom. She strips down and fills up the tub and gets into Hitler's tub with her fucking boots right outside the tub with all that, the ashes and stuff, and has Andy Samberg's character take her picture. And that, like, there's a real picture of that, of her in Hitler's fucking bathtub. Um, when she was pressing for the movie, I think she was on Colbert, and they pull up like the photograph, like the real photograph, and then the one they took for the film, right? But he was asking like, "What's with all the dirt and stuff?" And she was like, "That's the dust and the ashes of Dachau. That that's the dust and ashes of dead people that she had to walk through, not just a couple hours before." I'm like, "Holy fuck, man!" But I mean, if you're a fan of all of like World War II stuff and stories, I mean, it's just another great story. Um, yeah, I don't remember where that was at though. That might be HBO. It might be Netflix. I don't remember. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, uh, recommend it. I have not. That it sounds familiar. Is that have um fucking what's her name? Scarlet Witch? Is she in that? Olsen, what's her name? No, Caitlin, no, not not the sister to the Olsen twins, the one that's the Scarlet Witch. Anyway, is she in that? Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Huh. I have not either. Uh, right. Huh. Eternum, maybe. I don't know. Mm, of course. Oh, nice. Oh, Free City. Yeah, no, I love that movie. Yeah, and I mean, they pulled out like all the tropes, just everything from like, the teabagging to like people running in place or running into walls, you know. you know. Yeah, yeah. I mean, really. Now, I will say, did you guys ever watch the Time Bandits TV series? Ah, is it? I think Disney maybe, maybe. Again, I think you're right. I think it's Disney. Um, it it was okay. Um, and I don't want to say it was bad, right? But it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. It feels, yeah. I mean, it feels different than the movie. It's kind of the similar storyline to the movie, but definitely not as dark as the movie, if you will, in you know content, if you or whatever. But I mean, it was a fun enough story, right? But that's just it. It was just fun enough, and you got Lisa Kudrow, but she was basically Phoebe again, but in Time Bandits. So, yeah. And you have Taika Waititi was in that as well, and I feel like he kind of phoned that one in too. Like a lot of the acting in it was kind of subpar. I felt, but I mean, I mean, you get go ahead. Oh, I've not seen that yet. Isn't that the one? Does that have fucking what's his name? Anthony Mackie? Is he in that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Falcon. Oh, nice. Yeah. Right. Right. That's it. Shit, he should have fucking worked with, fuck. Who was that old ass fucking actor, Cliff, that made a metal album? Yes, yes. He should have worked with Christopher Lee. Mm, really? Really? I did not know that. Like John Williams or Quincy Jones. Well, Quincy Jones is gone now, but no kidding. Wow. That's, uh, yeah, I didn't catch the question. Right? Right. Yeah, Goodfellas was good. Yeah. Which, she, Patricia Arquette is, she is also in Severance, Cliff. Oh, dude, you fucking love to hate her. Oh my god. In season one. Uh, yeah. Her and, Alan, what's his name? The guy that plays Milchick. Her fucking, right? Especially if you notice, like in the second episode, right, when he's going around, and I don't want to spoil it, right, but when he is talking to them, he's super nice, like customer service. You know, we care about you. The company cares about you because he's talking to the Audis. But yeah, just and you've got to say it for the whole cast, like right, the all the severed characters have to play, yeah, two separate characters. You know, um, and I got to say, what's is it? Dylan Jacobs, is that his name? Uh, the black bearded guy, is that his name? He he, Cliff. He was the bearded black dude in Fallout. That was also he's been in like a couple of Marvel films, like briefly, like telling Spider-Man to do a backflip or whatever. Yeah, he's. I think that's his name. Mm, yes, thank you. Like with Severance, dude, with season one, the primary cast, of course, is Adam Scott and John Turturro, Zach Cherry, and then what's her name? Katie Porter, is that her name? Britt Lowry, that's who it is. Why did I say Katie Porter? Isn't she a journalist? Um, right, right. Um, but dude, they all, yeah, they all have two characters to play. But yeah, if you got like Apple, like if Apple TV is part of your free Apple thing, dude, hop on it. I would get on it. There's some good shit on Apple, man. There really is. Um, oh, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, well, you had turned me on to him when you were onto it, and that's been like 10 or so years ago or more. Hmm. Right. I didn't hear. I didn't hear what. Oh, yeah, yeah, King of the Hunt. Mm. Nice. Right. Like everywhere he goes, he has. Yeah. Oh, right. Going and stealing them, fixing them, or whatever, and then trying to sell them. Yeah. Didn't they always like, or was it Julian? Didn't he always at the end of the season end up going to jail? Like every season. Mm. Oh man. All right. No, we're just gonna hang out. Yeah, I've got, like I said, I've had a couple of bad weeks, and I'm still kind of in it. Yeah. Well, start wearing condoms, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm, Right. Well, of course. You gotta look good for the visitors. You don't have to look good for the fucking natives. Right. Bastards. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's about right. Of course. Of course it does. Exactly. Yeah, all good, man. All good. I just wanted to just hang and chat with you guys for a little while today since I didn't have anything prepared. Do you guys do you guys want to try do you want to go 2 weeks from this weekend and get back on a 2 week schedule? Okay, I'm looking at this. I I think 2 weeks out will be best for me because I mean we're at the end of the month and that's part of why I'm having fucking depression issues right now. Is we're broke until Thursday night. Uh, uh, excuse me. Um, actually, I mean we could. Yeah, next weekend I think we could do that. That'll be the second. Excuse me, the second, right? Because today's the 26th. Yeah, okay. Just looking at the calendar. Yeah, if you guys want to do next Sunday at 1, and I will have stuff prepared because I'll be out of my I should be out of my depression slump by then. Yeah. Radio man. Have a good one. Who, me? No. Right, right. I haven't messed with lighter much. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, seriously, they have Viking mythology, Planet Coaster, and what's the other one? There's another one, but it's like, no, I said mythology. Um, Here, let's hang on. Let's the scenery themes. Viking, oh, resort, and then the aquatic stuff, which is like all the yellow submarine looking stuff. But yeah, like that's it for decoration, and I'm kind of mad about that. Like there's also, and there's only four types of biomes now, which kind of stinks because they're all kind of the same. No, no, no. This map is huge, right? Yeah, like the entrance point on mine, right, is kind of in the center, left to right. Um, and I'm just kind of waiting for the camera to catch up. But all the way back where my mouse pointer is, oh, are you talking to me again? Sorry, I mean, because we were in the middle of a conversation, and so no. What I was going to say though is where my mouse pointer is. That's like the back corner, right? And then of course there's another one wherever, way over here somewhere. So the park sizes are still large. Um, yeah, here's your other back corner. So I mean, there's plenty of room. Um, you know, just yeah. No, yeah, the maybe that one or the Alpine or whatever. The one that has the one that has that big fucking like crater crevice on the far side, like the land goes
Yeah.
down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was huge. Um, it really was. Um, right. And the downside to playing this on the console is we have a smaller limit of pieces that we can use before the game's like, no, because on a PC you can go much higher, you know. But I mean, still though, I mean, I haven't run into anything like that yet, and I've already used probably thousands of things just in this little bit. Sure, but now we're the opposite though. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think a sci-fi would be neat. Well, Western would be cool too. Um, yes, I think so. Um, that was super. That was absolutely super. Hmm. Hmm. The yes, and that's all we know is February. So I mean, it could be February 28th, but I'm guessing, you know, probably somewhere middle of the month. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Why is this not running? Right. Right. Well, hopefully that'll be part of one of these first updates because along with those other lists, I mean, they'd also said, various whatever bugs, yada yadas. Right. Right. Not a lot of social media posting, letting the people know what's going on. Yeah, I wish they had done all of that shit back when we were playing it, though. Ooh, right. Well, well, yeah, and that's just it. I mean, they came out and they were like, "Here's the digital download for $50. Oh, and we've already got 2 DLC packs if you want." But they're bullshit DLC packs. It's all rides and shit that should have been in the base fucking game. You know, but instead you got to pay another 30 fucking bucks to get all of that extra shit. So I didn't do it. I didn't buy the extra stuff yet, just because. I mean, why? I don't need a couple more roller coasters and a couple more flat rides. I just don't. You know, but eventually I'll get there. Yeah, right. Hmm. Right, right. And that's just it, right? Like right now, like if I want to make go-karts, I only have one choice. I don't have like multiple cars or types of cars, to pick from. It's all the same. Just one go-kart track, you know. And so I'm hoping that we'll get some theme stuff with that, either with these DLC or with these updates. But I think they're primarily focusing on coasters and coaster carts being uh, customizable. Adding scenery so you can decorate your roller coaster trains to match the theme of the ride. And that's neat and all, but I don't know. Yes, I agree. Like there's no security. There's no security people. Um, oh, and the staff buildings, you don't have to set them to be like healthcare or happiness or whatever. You just have a fucking staff building now. So that's kind of nice in that they made that easier. But um, if you're going to actually manage your personnel, you have to. Dude, you have to go in. Have I shown you like we have to go in and like set their break times and shit? Yeah. Um, yeah. So like, okay, so like these ride attendants, right? So like, here we go. Um, Filters. So, but like from here, you got to tell them like here you can, at 10 o'clock, go to, whatever, set it to take a break, right? But if you don't have, again, if you don't have extra people walking around doing nothing, like the dude running this ride, when he wants a break, he just fucking walks. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, and the ride like will sit here with people fucking sitting here, you know. And like if it's a block section, and the other train's stuck like up here, they're just there until that person fucking comes back. Or like I said, you've got to have a bunch of people walking around doing nothing, looking for work. But like if this guy goes on break, I don't think somebody walking around, over here looking for work is going to be like, oh, hey, I need to go there, you know. So there's definitely some personnel management things that need to be ironed out, which is part of why I'm not even dealing with it right now. I
Right.
just want to play, you know. Right. And I started to do that, and it got to be a real pain in the ass, you know. Like what? Oh yeah, yeah. Um, fuck. What was I saying? Oh, but yeah. Um, but like with the career mode though stuff also. There are a lot of people that are complaining because the maps that you get in the career mode are fun to play on, but that's the only place you get to play on them. And people are like, why can't we have these maps also? And some people have kind of figured out a workaround where you can go into it and you start playing it, and I think you save it like as a park, and then you can go in. I think you can go into it in sandbox mode, but then you have to delete everything, everything, you know. But then you have that map to work with. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Right. Yeah, exactly. And I, uh, I don't know. I am, I am excited to a degree to actually play and have to deal with the power and stuff as well, and the water filtration systems and all that. I mean, it's not terribly difficult. Um, I'm trying to remember where all that stuff is. Uh, Decoration. Like that. Yes, yes. There we are. That's a power distributor. There's a generator somewhere that makes your power. Yeah. So like right now I've got it turned off, so it doesn't matter. But like all these little red spots are things that require power, right? And so you can throw down a power generator, and then you get a distributor, and anything inside the circle is going to get power. So I mean, no, but you do have to, like, I'll put this down here, right? And then you have to connect the generator and the distributor. And once you do, then everything inside of that has power, right? And so then you could take another distributor and then link it. Here, I'll just make another one, right? And then we could just drag it, wherever. We'll just put it right here for now. But then damn it. I'm trying to remember how to connect. Oh, fuck me. Either way, right? Like I could run um, either. Oh, hey, look at that. When I double clicked on it, there we go. So I could run from a distributor to another distributor if I wanted to. And then just as you connect things, you'll get a thing on your power somewhere. Uh, no, that's not what I'm looking for. But like it'll tell you like, you know, your park requires this much electricity, you know, and you're only putting out this much. So kind of like in Planet Crafter, right? Like the more shit I would build, I would have to put up more fucking power things. No, it's just build another as far as I know. Yeah. But I mean they're not very large and they do cover a large area, you know. So you just got to either bury them or hide them in some scenery, you know. Mm, right. Yeah. Area of Now, I do believe that the power generators and distributors and the water filters and all that stuff, I think that all has to be accessible by the maintenance guys because think that I think all that stuff wears down over time too. And I think they have to be occasionally serviced, if you will. Um, oh, here's something else that may bug you or may not bug you. If you are playing like in the regular way where you have to, yeah, if you're playing in the regular way where you start off with like a couple of rides and you have to research, right? You have to get your points, you have to put down a staff building, right? So we'll just put one down here, right? And then um, in the staff building, you have to hire, let's see, you have to hire a mechanic. And then staff schedule. Damn it. There's a way mechanic workshop. So yeah, so you have to make it a mechanic workshop, which I just did. Oh, either way, but then you have to assign a mechanic to be in the shop, and like he just stays there and does the research. And so the more mechanics you have, the faster your research comes up. But that's all. That's all. That's all they do, effectively. Um, and then I guess as needed, you could pull them if were running short on cash to go and do their jobs or whatever. Um, but like that's how you unlock all your shit in research now. Um, but again, I've not done a whole lot in like the career mode. I saw enough of it to get pissed off, and just was like, screw it, sandbox mode it is. Um, and I also don't like. Here, let me go up to the main screen. Let me save this. Um, you remember in Planet Coaster 1, at the main screen you had the planet Earth, and it would put like your avatar, wherever you wanted to, wherever you had it, wherever you lived. Here, we don't get that, first of all. Uh, yeah, so like I can move it around, but like these aren't people. These are just avatars from the game. And like my park, oh son of a bitch, I didn't mean to do that. It shows up just under the Horn of Africa in their little armpit. And so all of my guests speak in a foreign fucking language, like the audio. So like if I want to scoot down and listen to them saying things, they're saying shit in like a different language. Which no, no. And the thing is, you unlock other places in the world by completing the career path. To right, right. So now you'll get your, you have your different biomes or whatever, but um, they're going to be in like weird places in the world that you don't want to fucking be. Although, I mean, they all look the same. It's just on the world map, it's that, and then their language, as far as I can tell, whatever you hear audio wise, is, So, like, yeah, if we go into, right. So, if we go into sandbox mode, there's tropical, temperate, Mediterranean, and taiga. Um, and I want to say, I think the temperate one actually puts you up somewhere in the northwest of the U.S. Or maybe it's the taiga one. But yeah, like my park is like right here in this little armpit, like not even on the mainland of Africa. It's on like an unknown island, you know. And so, boo. But eh, I mean, it is what it is. Um, right. But it's kind of a pain in the ass, and nobody wants to play it. Maybe. No. I might have played Driver 1 then, because I remember playing one of those. It was PlayStation 1. Mm. Right. You were good. Yeah. hmm The beginning of Hogwarts Legacy, um, the tutorial, dude, it is long, but it doesn't. The thing is, it doesn't feel long. But like, I mean, it's a good couple of hours or more before you get into like full sandbox mode. Yeah, I mean, the story was amazing. Like, I loved the game. It played well. It felt well. The controls were awesome. It was all kind of intuitive. Right. You know, but to do that, you have to go to all your classes and shit. So like you have to, but like they make you go to the classes, and then the professors would give you like a side quest, and when you get that done, they teach you a spell. And so like that's how you unlock a lot of your spells and stuff. Is like going to class, and like every season, some of those professors would have new things for you, and you'd have new spells, and I liked that. Um, my Yeah, yes, yeah, I liked that one, and I mean, even the broom races were fun, but like I never went back and like tried to do better. It's just, oh, I've done it, I've done it. I, oh, dude, serious pain. Um, yeah, one of my playthroughs, I got a 100% completion with like the in-game achievements. Um, the and yeah, the flying keys was one I had to look up locations for some of those, and the three secret like Hogwarts secrets. Like I was like 99% complete. Like that was it. Like I didn't know what it was. I was trying to figure it out on my own, and I finally, yeah, right. And like you'd throw out like your Revelio, and you'd hear the jingle, and you'd be like, oh, there's something to my right, and you'd turn to your right, and you throw it again, and be like, where the fuck is it? You know, it'd be like on the other side of a wall. You know, yeah, yeah. Did you ever get caught using like fucking the shit the dark spells? I suddenly can't think of it. Like, did you ever get caught by teachers and like get in trouble? Yeah, I mean that's just I've never been caught, but like, yeah, yeah. I mean you should always learn it. Fucking oh, dude, yeah, the Avada Kedavra. But man, I I wish they had a slightly better talent system. I mean, the talents they had were all right, but some of those were like, why would I ever use these? Or why would I ever spend points here? But like some of those, man, yeah, no, they did a really good job with the feel of the game, the controls. Um, but yeah, I did like that you could talent such that like, suddenly like when you disarmed somebody, they would also be treated as if they'd been cursed. And then you have, other spells like when you hit this person, it'll send, AoE damage to everybody marked with a curse, you know. Oh, Depulso? No, I know what you're talking about though, yeah. Yeah. Or like when you could talent to, instead of just doing it to one person, it would be like to an area of effect around that person. So like everybody within like 5 meters or whatever would all be picked up or thrown down or whatever. Oh, dude. Yeah. Mm, yeah. I At first I thought, man, this would be great because I'll just breed a whole bunch, but like you realize you don't have a whole lot of room to like breed and make money. So yeah, you'd have to go out and like hunt, you know. Well, yeah, right. So yeah, yeah, yeah. That and honestly, that's probably my biggest bitch of the game was that there were so many fucking varieties of clothes to choose from. I could never fucking be happy, you know. But I did like that, if you didn't like the strength or the powers that were on the clothing, you could just change whatever clothing you were wearing to look like the one you wanted to look like. and so that was handy. So I always ended up wearing like either like the dragon skin cloak with the fucking because that one looked really good. Hmm. Right, but it was a fun game though, and there's there's been news, if you will, but it's kind of like, is it news or are these just speculations? Because at one point, like there was a sequel coming, and then they're like, no, there's not going to be a sequel. There's going to be a massive DLC. And they're like, well, we don't know what we're doing, but they're doing something. Ah, well, that was like almost a year ago. It, all of that. I mean, and to be fair, right, the new quest and getting the shop was cool, but that was, and I play Hogwarts Legacy on PC and not on the console, right? So that was a PlayStation exclusive to have the shop and that quest line. And so 1 year afterwards, Sony did not renew their exclusivity, and so sorry, Sony Sony did not renew their exclusivity for that game, and so they turned around and were like, well, I guess everybody can have it now. So like, yeah, my headphones might be going. They might need a charge, so I may need to go before too long. Yeah, I didn't like. I say I didn't like. I like that for, and it was just the one quest. Like each house had to do something different, right? Like I think Hufflepuff maybe or Ravenclaw got to go to Azkaban, and like Gryffindor did like the Headless Horseman's hunt. And, right. Well, that's just it. Every house had a different quest in that one step, and I would have liked to seen more of that, where different houses. Hmm. What? Yeah, yeah. I played each house just to at least get that different. Right, right. Yeah, you get tired of him fast. But yeah, I wish there would have been more differences in quest lines based on your house. I mean, there are differences like when you interact with some NPCs or some students based on what house you're in, they'll give you different kinds of attitude. But I mean, outside of that, mm, it felt, yeah, it felt light. Like I would have wished there'd been more prominence of house decorations, or I don't know. Either way, I mean, ultimately, good enough game. And I mean, the bitches I have are minor for what you did end up getting out of it. And the only real downside is the replay value was lower than expected. And again, that goes back to the, if different houses had different more quests, then yeah. Well, no, they didn't. They didn't, and it came out and was like runner for fucking game of the year, you know, out of nowhere. Hmm. Right. No. No. Most of them have been bad. Yeah, the Lego games turned out okay for Harry Potter, but I mean, you also know what you're getting into with Lego games. I mean, you're not looking for like super graphics. You know, it's just a funny retelling of the story, you know, which is fine. But either way, I think I am going to get out of here because I think my headset's starting to go. But